Here we have a look at a replica Rolex Cellini date. We'll be taking a look inside of this timepiece today to see what makes it tick and how good of a movement is in this replica. This is the Rolex Cellini date as indicated here. But first I wanted to introduce what I'm investing in. I saw recovery gold bars on eBay, and I'm seeing people break it down with hydrochloric acid and retaining the full gold out of it in grams. I'm wondering how much gold I will get out of this bar that I bought off eBay. More impressively so is this gold bar. There appears to be a lot more gold in this one. Very interested to see how many grams I get out of that. Anyway, I'm buying these gold bars a little bit at a time to hopefully save up to invest in a nicer house. We'll see how that venture goes later as I will get into that process. But for right now, let's focus on the Rolex Cellini date replica. Overview of the watch is it seems to be a nearly identical copy. Very little changes except for in the back. And on the side I noticed I haven't seen a Cellini with this. Supposedly that's to change the date on the date wheel. The back of the watch, you can definitely tell it's a replica. It looks nothing like a Rolex Cellini back should. In fact, it looks more like a Rolex Datejust on the back. I will be polishing this back soon enough to make it shine as well as the side and the front of the case. We see the leather strap for the Cellini. Overall, it's a good copy. It is stamped with Rolex USA, and the clasp itself appears to be of good quality. So let's get into the inner workings of this Cellini. Let me test the back of it first. That is the correct size. I thought it would be. So I will be now opening the back of this replica. There we go. This watch is probably not waterproof, by the way, so if you do buy one, do not submerge it. And here we have the inside of the movement. Automatic. Does not appear to be of the best quality. Sounds rather cheap too. But it is a different movement than I would expect to find inside of a fake Rolex. Cheap Chinese movement nonetheless. But how does this movement hold up over time? We'll find out as I will be wearing it every day to work for the next year. I would like to see what it is capable of and how well it'll hold up. Now normally I don't have a whole lot of issues with this movement, although you can find yourself a dud from time to time. I do not believe it's a cheap 2413 movement. It appears to be of a different caliber, of course. And trying to get this back on seems to be just a bit problematic. But then again, it could be the RA in my hands as well. There we go. Ooh. I do like to make sure it's on there tight. There we go. And there we have it. We have the Rolex Cellini Replica movement. I'm sorry, my camera wants to get fuzzy, but this is the Replica Cellini, of course, from China or Southeast Asia, wherever. But if you look at the outside, the dial is actually correct. If you look at the case, it's more or less correct. The crown is correct. The hands are correct. The sweeping motion, is it too jerky enough to be considered to be 3132 as the actual Cellini has? Study the hand for a moment. Leave your comments below. Tell me what you think. Is it too jerky, or is it good enough to pass for the real deal? Very good. Now, before I go, I would like to get back into and discuss a little bit more the gold bars that I have been buying. These gold bars, as I have been buying several of them over the last month, come in different quality. And I'm wondering, how much gold will I get out of these babies? Over a period of the next 6 months, every week I'll be buying one and then melting them down using hydrochloric acid to retrieve the gold content. This will be a long-term video as we see if it's truly really worth buying these off eBay and reselling them.